Hi, in this Chordious tutorial, I'm going to show how to use the Instrument Manager to add your own custom instruments and tunings to Chordious that you can use in the Chord Finder and Scale Finder. Now this tutorial assumes that you already have Chordious installed, so if you haven't, go ahead and watch the Chordious installation tutorial video to get yourself set up. Without further ado, let's get started. So the easiest way to go to the Instrument Manager is to click on the Instruments button right here in the main window. Click on that and open up the Instrument Manager. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have the instruments, and on the right-hand side, the tunings for the selected instrument. Right now, I have no custom user instruments, and then down here I have all of the default instruments that are built into Chordious that can't be changed. So if I click on some of these, like guitar, you'll see a bunch of different popular guitar tunings. Click on ukulele, some more popular ukulele tunings, and so on. Now, the point of the Instrument Manager is that you can add any instrument and any tuning into Chordious and use them in the Chord and Scale Finder. So, for this video, I'm going to go ahead and assume that I didn't have ukulele installed as a default instrument, and I'm going to recreate it as a custom user instrument. So, what I want to do is I'm going to click on the plus down here under Instruments to create a new instrument, or you can always right-click and do New up here in the User Instruments. So, I'm going to click on the plus down here, create a new instrument, ukulele, make sure you give it 4 strings, click OK. So now I have a new custom instrument called ukulele that has no tuning. It's okay to use the same names as the default instruments, it doesn't matter. But in this case, I'm going to have ukulele. Now I'm going to go over here to tunings, and you can either do right-click New, or you can hit the plus symbol down here under the tunings. So I'm going to go ahead and click the plus symbol down here. I'm going to create a standard tuning, which is G, C, E, A. Go ahead and hit OK. Now I have a standard tuning. If I needed to change something, I can go ahead and click this Edit button, or I could right-click and click Edit, or double-click. So I'm going to double-click on here. I can edit that tuning and make it different if I needed to. Okay, so cancel there. Now I'm going to create one more tuning for this ukulele. I'm going to create a baritone tuning. So 2 ways I could do that is I can either easily create a new tuning by pressing the plus here, creating another one just like I just did. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on this existing tuning and click Copy. So now it opens up a new tuning, but with the same information. So now I can change this to baritone. And I will change the notes to match baritone tuning. Okay, DGBE, click OK. All right, and now I have my custom ukulele here with 2 tunings. Now I can go ahead and close the Instrument Manager and find that if I go into the Chord Finder, for example, I look at the top, well, the default right here is that the built-in ukulele re-entrant C tuning. But now if I drop down the instrument drop down, you'll see that at the top we now have user instruments separated from the default instruments built into Chordious. So I can choose ukulele here, and you'll see now under the tunings, we have the standard and baritone tunings that I just created. So I can pick, say, standard, hit set to C major, and I can search, and there are the C major chords on this new tuning and this new instrument that I've just created. If I change to the other one, I can search there as well, find the baritone chord shapes for a C major tuning. Sorry, the baritone chord shapes for a baritone tuning. And as I said before, there are multiple ways to get into the Instrument Manager. The easiest is from the main window. We also have this Edit button right here next to the instrument and tuning. So if I click on that, it will bring back up the Instrument Manager, and I can quickly here, just as before, I can create more tunings or more instruments. So let's say I decided, I really want to have a guitar instrument. Now, obviously, guitar is already built in, but I'm going to go ahead and recreate it anyway. A new instrument. Say it's 6 strings. Hit OK. So now I have a new guitar with no tunings. Create a new tuning here. Standard, and go E, A, D, G, E, and E. Hit OK. So now I have a new tuning, guitar, standard, and I can close out the manager. And now when I go back to my instruments, you'll see there's that new instrument I created, guitar, and there's the one tuning it has for it. I can search and see that it works. So because Chordious uses math and music theory to actually perform searches for finding chords or for finding scales, it can support any instrument and any tuning. So if your favorite instrument or tuning is not built into Chordious, you can use the Instrument Manager to quickly add the instrument and tuning that you use and still have the ability to take advantage of all the things that Chordious can do. So just to show that this gets saved, I'm going to close the chord finder. It asks me if I want to change my default. I'm going to say no. Now I'm going to launch the scale finder. And again, all the instruments are shared across the app, so I can go here and I can see this guitar that I just created and the ukulele that I just created. And I can search for, in this case, baritone ukulele, C major scale. So C major scale on a baritone tuned ukulele. This custom image that I created, and the scale finder works just fine. So one last thing, I will close this out. I don't want to save it. I go into the instrument manager. If you want to get rid of a tuning or get rid of an instrument, it's just as easy as I can go to guitar here, click delete instrument, click yes, and it gets rid of the instrument and the tunings. Alternatively, if I just want to get rid of one tuning, let's say I just don't want the baritone tuning, I can just delete the one tuning here under ukulele. Now you can't delete any of the built-in instruments. As you see, when you click on a default instrument, the delete gets removed. And if I double click on it, it just says how many strings that it has. And it's read only. It doesn't let me change the name of the built-in instruments. And similarly, I can double click on any of the built-in tunings, and it won't let me change them, but you can view them in this way. So that's it. That's how you use the Instrument Manager for adding your own custom instruments and tunings into Chordious. Thank you for watching.